Dashing Through the Snow. Directed by Tim Story and written by Scott Rosenberg, Dashing Through the Snow is a whimsical American Christmas fantasy comedy film released in 2023. The movie stars Ludacris Bridges, Teyonah Parris, and Lil Rel Howery, and was produced by Walt Disney Pictures, Will Packer Productions, and Smart Entertainment. The movie follows this dude named Eddie, played by Ludacris. He's a social worker, but he doesn't really like Christmas because of something that happened to him as a kid. His wife, Allison, played by Teyonah Parris, are separated, and they have a daughter, Charlotte. One day, while Allison is out shopping, Eddie is hanging with Charlotte. They go to their neighbor's house to feed their cat. That's when Eddie meets this guy, dressed as Santa, named Nick, who claims he's the real Santa Claus. Nick seems a little off his rocker, and he's being chased by these three goons. Eddie thinks Nick needs help, so he takes him to the hospital with Charlotte. But there, Nick knows stuff about Charlotte, and Eddie that convinces her he might really be Santa. The three goons keep chasing them. Their car breaks down, so they take a taxi, but the goons are still following. Nick bails out of the taxi at some club where everyone is dressed as Santa. He loses the goons in there. Then Eddie and Charlotte meet this crazy family that's obsessed with tracking Santa. They help Eddie and Charlotte follow Nick to one of his warehouses. There, Nick explains the real deal. Turns out one of his stops was this politician, Conrad Harp's house, and the goons work for him. Nick accidentally swapped tablets with Conrad that had some shady plans. But Eddie thinks Nick is just another burglar, so he calls the cops. At the station, Nick figures out the cops taking him are really more of Conrad's goons in disguise. Eddie realizes Nick was telling the truth. So he and Charlotte team up with the crazy family to find Nick. Conrad took him to some Christmas party, but Eddie rescues him. The film concludes with Eddie and Charlotte returning home to Allison, Nick gifting them a dog named Bulldozer, and the renewal of Eddie's romance with Allison. The Truckles are invited to spend the holidays with them, while Nick takes to the skies to complete his Christmas deliveries. Notable cast members include Lil Rel Howery as Nick, Ludacris Bridges as Eddie Garrick, Teyonah Parris as Allison Garrick, and others.